about this machine. The Large Hadron Collider, the biggest machine ever built by human beings, is finally going to turn on.
Worries me stiff at the moment.
Is finally going to turn on. And after many, many years of waiting and theorizing about how matter got created and about what the deep fundamental theory of nature is, all those theories are finally going to be tested, and we're going to know something. And we don't know what it's going to be now, but we will know, and it's going to change everything. It's either going to be a golden era. It's either going to be a golden era. It's either going to be a golden era. Or it's going to be quite stark. And I've never heard of a moment like this in history, where an entire field is hinging on a single event. It's taken this long to construct. There are 10,000 people of over 100 nationalities. That includes countries which are mortal enemies of each other, like India and Pakistan and Georgia and Russia and Iran and Israel. All have physicists working on this machine.
And the hope is that we'll see the very famous Higgs particle. But every time we've turned on a new accelerator at a higher energy, we've always been surprised. So the real hope is that we'll see the Higgs, but that there's also something amazingly new.
Why did they do it? Why are we doing it? We actually have two answers. One answer is what we tell people, and the other answer is the truth. I'll tell you both. We actually have two answers. One answer is what we tell people, and the other answer is the truth. I'll tell you. We study particles because just after the Big Bang, all there was particles. And they carry the information about how our universe started and how it got to be the way it is and its future. At the beginning of the 1900s, it became clear that all known matter, everything that we know about, is made of atoms. And that atoms are made of just three particles: the electron, the proton, and the neutron.
I think people were more excited about this.
If you're in Google, that means that's developed. This is the most important thing today.
This is the first, and this tells us a lot of things. It tells us that the magnetic properties of the machine are good, that the aperture is clear. There's nothing sticking into the beam pipe anywhere, so it is a very, very encouraging sign and a remarkable progress.
You start thinking that at mile 1, and it's like 10 minutes into the race, and you're thinking to yourself, wow, I'm only at mile 1. I've got 25.2 miles to go. And if you're thinking that at the start, then you're done. Mentally, you are done. This is what doing discovery physics means. This is what doing discovery means.
Die Luft, die hält die Luft. Die hält jetzt das ganze Wasser. Das ist schwer. Das ist schwer, die Luft ist stark.
possibly that and many other particles are still out there and are all part of a much bigger symmetry, a much bigger theory that includes the standard model, but much more. The most popular theory is called supersymmetry, or SUSY for short.
SUSY is extremely important for the theoretical community because it solves many mathematical problems with the standard model.
And here is the proof of our Creator, hiding in plain sight. Behind the optic nerve of your eye, we have the mother providing life to the child through the retina, through the placenta. Inside the child, in the amniotic fluid, in the vitreous humor of the eye, our world exists, and the child comes through the cervix, which contracts and expands just as the iris of your eye. The baby's head nestled in the crown of the cervix, in the crown of the iris before being born into sin, through the aperture of life. And behind the optic nerves of your eyes of good and evil, they cross. Jesus was hung on the cross in the pineal position, looked to each eye, to each thief at his side at Golgotha, which means skull. At Golgotha he was crucified, and he turned to one thief and he said, "You will be with me in paradise," as he hung on the cross of the optic nerves of your eyes in the middle of your brain, in the pineal position. And only one eye will survive into everlasting life, and that is the one eye of good. Evil forever eradicated from this planet.
Maybe even the Higgs itself is a random accident that has occurred in our universe and lets life exist, but has no explanation.
On the one hand, we have the direction that we've been on for the last 400 years towards increasing beauty, simplicity, symmetry, and a path that has time and time again paid off with deeper and deeper insights about. On the other hand, we have the idea of the multiverse, which would move us to a real picture not of symmetry and beauty and order, but fundamentally of chaos on enormous.
We were discussing the possibility that we do collisions during the night rather than the planned 9 o'clock.
Good morning, everybody. I propose during the night we try to set up again for higher intensities for 450 GeV collisions, but then we're cut short because we encountered a bug.
What everybody wants from a physics point of view and from being sure is doing it secretly before and showing it to the media during the day.
Welcome to CERN, European Organization for Nuclear Research in Geneva. Welcome to the CERN Control Center.
Aujourd'hui est un grand jour pour les physiciens du monde entier. Les opérateurs du CERN vont tenter en effet pour la toute première fois de réaliser des collisions de particules à une énergie sans précédent.
We may discover additional forces where we may discover additional space dimension. The Higgs boson will make...
Check Neva's Twitter feed. Yeah, then check the archive.
If Nima has a Twitter feed, then there's something has been discovered.
Check Nima's Twitter feed.
Yeah.
Not check the archive.
Yeah. If Nima has a Twitter feed, then there's something has been discovered.
Check Nima's Twitter feed.
Yeah.
Not check the archive.
Yeah. If Nima has a Twitter feed, then there's something has been discovered. It is July 3rd, the night of July 3rd, 2012, and I am driving to Princeton, to the Institute, to hang out with Nima and a big crowd who are all staying up until 3 o'clock in the morning because they're going to present the Higgs data at CERN at 9 o'clock in the morning Geneva time. We never get access to the deeper theory. All that information could be in the other universes. We may be at the end of the road. That's it. And that means, actually, almost all of my models are ruled out, which, all the supersymmetry models, which is pretty cool. I mean, supersymmetry could still be true, but it would have to be a very strange version of the theory. And if it's the multiverse, well, other universes would be amazing, of course. It's amazing that the Higgs, the center of the standard model, the thing we've all been looking for, could actually also be the thing that destroys everything. The creator and the destroyer.